Hello, my beautiful friend. It's Betsy Gutting. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video on the Sagittarius full moon happening June 14th, 4:51 a.m. Pacific time, 7:51 a.m. Eastern time, and 11:51 a.m. Universal time. So be sure and adjust the time for wherever you are on the planet. This is known as the strawberry full moon, and it is a super moon. So we'll be feeling this moon even more bright light, optimistically, enthusiastically, because super moons are brighter light. They feel closer to us and they feel even more illuminated. So there's definitely an illumination that is wanting to come through for all of us, a truth revealed. And Sagittarius energy is all about daring to dream big. It's a free-spirited energy. It's freedom-loving. It is fun-loving. It's like, go bigger, cut loose from anything that binds you. It really is, it's a fire sign energy, and it just burns through and it tests its own limits, and it takes off on a road trip and on a moment's notice, or maybe even gets a ticket to Italy at the last minute and says, calls their friends from the airport and saying, hey, guess what? I'm off on this trip. Totally unexpected. It's a very spontaneous energy. My mom had a Sagittarius moon, and she was all about, okay, everyone get in the car. We are getting out of here. And we'd be like, Mom, where are we going? And she'd say, I'll tell you when I figure that out. So this is Sagittarius energy. Before I get into it, I want to say thank you so much to all of you who comment on my videos. It means the world to me. I'm a Gemini sun. I love the back and forth communication with you. I'm all about connection. You are helping grow a community here on my channel. So thank you so much for your comments, and thank you for just taking a moment to like the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends if you get something from it, and subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Your subscribes really help my channel grow as well. And if you're new to me, I want to say hello. I'm an intuitive life coach as well as a psychic astrologer, and I love being your believing mirror, your confidant, your accountability partner through soul alchemy coaching. And I love helping you to realize your gifts, talents, your life purpose, your dharma through an astrology consultation. It's my joy to support you, so be sure to check out the link to my website, betsygutting.com. I'll leave it in the description box below. And I have a free gift for you. I will tell you all about your free gift at the end of this video, so be sure to listen to the end so you can download your free gift. So let's get into it. Now, full moons are always a time for releasing, for letting go, for realizing a truth, for receiving an illumination, an aha moment, a realization. Now, this full moon in Sagittarius is happening at 23 degrees. If you take the number 23 in numerology and you reduce it to a 5, the 5 is all about freedom. It's all about adventure. 5 energy loves variety. It's the imagination. It's dreaming big. It's all of these themes that are connected to Sagittarius. So this full moon is going to light all of our fire for more adventure in life, for something bigger, for something more expansive. And I really sense that many of us are going to experience an inner or an outer expansion during this full moon, where our consciousness expands to the next level. If you have planets or points between 18 and 28 degrees, 18 and 28 degrees of Sagittarius or the other mutable signs of Pisces, Virgo, or Gemini, you will feel this full moon even more personally. So you want to go to your natal astrology chart, and of course in the 12 sign readings, I'll be telling you where it's happening in your chart, which area of life. But if you want to look specifically and see whether you have planets or points between 18 to 28 degrees and how personally this moon will be affecting you, that's really helpful to go check out. But we all have Sagittarius somewhere in our natal astrology chart. So even if you don't have planets or points there, we're all going to be feeling this full moon in Sagittarius, especially this being this bright, energetic, fire sign that is saying, dare to dream bigger. Sagittarius energy is also a seeking energy. It's the seeker, it's the quest, the hero's journey, the moving through obstacles to get to the other side, to raise our consciousness, to become a new person, to become transformed, to become the greatest version of who we came here to be. Now, because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion, the planet of faith, the planet of optimism and hope and enthusiasm, this full moon is ruled by Jupiter. It's ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is in Aries. Jupiter is in Aries at 5 degrees. Now there's the number 5 again, the number that has this theme of take an adventure, take a risk, expand, go beyond your limits, go beyond what you think you can do. We are more courageous than usual. We receive these impulses because it's an energy that acts quickly. We receive these impulses of, I think I want to do this. What if I could do that? I wonder if this is possible. We receive these impulses. And in Aries energy, we want to challenge ourselves. We want a challenge and we want to see if we can do it. Now, during the Gemini new moon, which was at the end of May 30th, we all seeded intentions for something that we wanted to bring into our lives. And at that time, Mars and Jupiter were conjunct in Aries, and this was a brand new beginning for us energetically. Even if we didn't start something new at the end of May, we all felt within us a fire lit in the belly, as they called it. And if you want to go back to that Gemini new moon video and see where did that Gemini new moon happen in your astrology chart, that would be helpful because that is where you were seeding a new beginning. Now, the Gemini new moon lighting the fire in our bellies for something new jump-started a new beginning for all of us. And here we are 2 weeks later in Sagittarius energy, which is opposite on the wheel of Gemini. Right now we have the sun in Gemini during this full moon and the moon, full moon, in Sagittarius. So these energies are working together. They're opposite each other on the wheel, but they're on the same axis. And because Jupiter and Mars, this go for it, go get it, optimistic, courageous energy was part of that Gemini new moon energy signature, we're all feeling that right now. It's like it's that energy signature is transferred on to this full moon in Sagittarius. So there was something at the Gemini moon that each of us wanted to begin, wanted to see come to fruition. And it may very well be that during the Sag full moon, you feel or see or experience the beginnings of whatever that was that you planted seed for. Even if it's just a new idea or a new inspiration on how you can get to that dream that you envisioned during the Gemini new moon. Now, I'll give you a quick example. So just after I published my book, The Magic of Saying Yes, I decided that I wanted to pack everything up in my townhome, put it all in storage, give up my townhome, which was in this beautiful spot right near Green Lake in Seattle, and go to Europe on an open-ended trip. Completely open-ended. I had no idea where I was going after my first destination, which was Edinburgh, Scotland. But after that, I had no idea where I was going to travel. I only knew that I wanted to try and be a digital nomad. I wanted to see if I could travel and see the sights and take lots of photos and kind of blog my way through it, but at the same time work with my clients. Basically, could I work from anywhere? Could I work from anywhere in the world? And I wanted to prove to myself that that was possible. And this is an example of a Sagittarius full moon with Jupiter in Aries, because Jupiter in Aries wants to prove to itself that it can go beyond limits, that it can test new grounds, it can go into new territory, and it can have success. So this is what we are all experiencing right now. There's a part of each and every one of us that wants to know, where can I create success? Where can I create success in a way that I've never created it before? Where can I break through that glass ceiling? Maybe you want to break through the glass ceiling of love and romance. Maybe you want to break through and go beyond your limits in career or business. Maybe you want to do it in your job. Maybe you want to take on a new role. Maybe you want to become a parent, or you want to become a grandparent, or you want to take on a leadership position in a specific organization. But we all want right now, our souls want very much to break through a limit that we have reached in our lives. Now, one of the nuances of this full moon in Sag is that Mars is conjunct Chiron in Aries. Mars is our mojo, it's our desire, it's our get up and go, it's what helps us to take action. Chiron, on the other hand, is known as the wounded healer. Chiron represents our deepest wound, our deepest sensitivity, vulnerability, where we're tender, usually coming from a childhood wound or a past life trauma or both. So Mars, what is Mars doing next to Chiron? The way I see this is that Mars is a strong desire to heal this wound, a strong desire. It's time. This is what I feel. It's time, my friends, to heal something that has been in the way, that's kept us at the same set point in love, the same set point in career, in success. We want to, as I said, break through that set point. We want to break through the glass ceiling. We want to go to new heights. And Mars with Chiron here is helping us do that. Now that means that a wound, a tenderness, a vulnerability may get triggered for many of us during this full moon. If you experience that, I hope you remember that this is a potent time, a powerful time, a very much supportive time for us to heal whatever it is. And I have a little tip for you on this, and that is getting curious. So often when we think of healing something, an emotional challenge that we have, when we think of healing it, we think of, I need to fix it. I need to, even, something as beautiful as feeling through your feelings, which can be very helpful and very, very powerful. But there's something even more dynamic and powerful about being curious and inquiring the sensation in your body, inquiring and seeing, I wonder what this is. I wonder where this came from. I wonder how I can give love to this. I wonder what this part of me needs. I wonder where this pain is in my body. You get the idea. There's something about that curiosity that I think can help us to move to a whole new level of our healing. Now, the sun and the moon are doing a dance with the planet Neptune. And this dance is what we would call a square dance. It's a square aspect, which tends to produce tension. It tends to make us feel like we need to take action. And this is a good thing, taking action. This is what this aspect wants us to do. Neptune is about our ideal. It's our golden vision. Neptune is our connection to unconditional love. It is the imagination. It is where we can create, it's the mystical energy. It's where we can create things, we create in the heavens and we bring it down into reality. And so Neptune is also where we can have what I would call an unrealistic fantasy. Now, there's a fine line between a fantasy that is healthy and helps us manifest and a fantasy that is untouchable, maybe like a utopia kind of fantasy. With Neptune making a square to the sun and the moon, Neptune is saying, what's really true? You may have something revealed during this. Truth may reveal. You may have put someone on a pedestal and they come off the pedestal. You may have had a fantasy that you realize that is just a fantasy. That is not possible. Maybe you're even holding someone or something to a higher standard that is even not attainable. So there's a healthy, a healthy reality check, I would say, that some of us are going to experience during this, but it may bring a fleeting disappointment. It may bring a sense of disillusionment. And if so, it's another opportunity to heal whatever it is we're trying to fill. A lot of us try to fill a hole with something else, with another person, a substance, a fantasy. We try to fill a hole with that rather than filling that hole with our own self-love. with our own acceptance of self. And if you do have an ouch that comes from this Neptune square to the full moon, I invite you to think about compassion and how you can bring compassion to yourself and compassion to the situation and compassion to anyone else that's involved. And I love the question from my spiritual teacher, Robert Holden, which is, what would love do here? What would the highest octave of love do in the situation? And allow the answer to come and allow the answer to heal you and bring a higher sense of compassion into yourself, into your life. Now, Saturn is making a positive aspect to this Sagittarius full moon, and Saturn is helping us create a solid, stable foundation. So we are receiving positive, energetic support to anchor in something in a permanent way, in a long-lasting way. And that is great news, because there's something, again, that has lit a fire within us that we really want to catalyze. Remember, we want to break through that glass ceiling. We want to go beyond limits. And Saturn is saying, you can make this real. You can make it real. As long as you take off those Neptunian rose-colored glasses, as long as you're willing to let go of any fantasies and deal with things as they are, life as it is, without the, lens of perfectionism, as long as you're ready to do that, Saturn says, I will help you to create this, as long as you are open to setting boundaries when you need to, saying no when you need to, saying yes when it's appropriate, and following the timing. Saturn is also about timing. So Saturn making positive energy flow to this full moon in Sag is saying there's something that's right on time here. There's something that I'm helping you create, solidify, and build, because Saturn is a building energy. We also have Venus conjunct the North Node. The North Node is destiny. Venus is money, it's love, it's comfort. In Taurus, it's all about the things that the sensual things, the comforts, the things that we love, that make us happy. And it's conjuncting, it's sitting next to the North Node and saying, let me help you get to your destiny, your next point of destiny. So that is another very supportive aspect. And we also have just had Venus conjunct Uranus. Right before this full moon, Venus, the planet of love, money, pleasure, beauty, it conjuncted Uranus, the planet of change and disruptive, sudden occurrences. And that just happened before this full moon. So what this is telling me is that we have a number of energy signatures right now in Taurus that are trying to get us to think outside the box, that are trying to get us to make a change, to take a risk, to do something differently, that we've basically to get out of our rut. Okay, get out of our rut and you will be rewarded. Get out of your rut and you will be rewarded. Take a chance, take a risk, say yes to a new opportunity, even if it brings up anxiety for you, even if it brings up fear. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Work with the sensations in your body. Get curious with them. Find out what they have to say to you. What is their wisdom? Mercury just went back into Gemini. 0 degrees of Gemini is where Mercury is. Gemini is the winged messenger. Gemini wants us to receive a download on how we can move forward. So at 0 degrees, this is the world is your oyster. The world is your oyster. Everything is open to you. It's the symbol of wholeness and brand new beginnings, ground zero. So this is where we are, and Mercury can bring in some magical synchronicities to show you are on the right track. So ask Mercury during this full moon to bring you a download, to bring you new information, and to help you if you get too stuck in your head, if you're overanalyzing, to help you to move through and release any kind of analysis paralysis. Okay, so now let's do the 12 sign readings. Be sure and listen to your sun, moon, and rising, your sun being your personality's experience of this full moon, your moon sign being your emotional experience, and your rising sign being the area of life in which house is this full moon in Sag happening for you. So we will begin with Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is your full moon. This is happening in your first house. Your first house of identity, status, your persona, your appearance, how you show yourself in the world, any roles that you are releasing or taking on. And the message for you, Sag, from Spirit was that you may be given a new responsibility. A new responsibility. So this could be in any area of your life. It could be in work. It could be in love. It could be, that you have a new child is born or a new grandchild, or you're asked to take on a leadership role for an organization. Maybe you become, a leader on the board of directors, that kind of thing. But Spirit wants to impress on you that you can do it, whatever new role, even if it feels daunting at first. Remember, we're breaking through that glass ceiling. You will rise to the occasion. And Spirit says, feel the fear and do it anyway. So I'm going to pull a card for you from the Cheryl Richardson Grace cards. And let's see what the cards have to say for you, Sages. And your card is receive. Receive. Sag, your card says, when we open ourselves up to others, we open ourselves up to the abundance of the universe. So clearly this card is saying, open up and allow yourself to receive more love. Receive more love, receive more money, receive more trust from others. As you trust yourself, you can begin to receive more from others as well, Sag. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn, this full moon in Sagittarius is happening in your 12th house. Your 12th house of retreat. It's the subconscious mind. It is where we go inward, where we rest, where we recuperate, where we reflect. It's the inner mystic. It's your connection to the divine. It's where you go into your imagination, you do guided meditations. It's a very healing place, which is why we call it the house of retreat. Your message from Spirit, Capricorn, is take control of your life. You are leaving something behind for a brand new beginning, but don't feel guilty about it. If you feel guilty, because Capricorns, I know that you can be the caretakers of the zodiac, and you are such a leader, and you are someone who kind of wraps your arms around whatever you take on, including family, work, whatever it is. But you've outgrown something. So there's something that you're being asked to move on from that you've outgrown, and it is time. So release any guilt that you might be feeling, even if it's way below the surface of your conscious mind. Release that, and let's see what the cards have to say for you. Capricorns. Capricorn, your card is anticipation. It says, expect the best. The world is working in your favor. So this to me really dovetails nicely with the message from Spirit. The world is working in your favor. This is this idea of you, leaving something behind and embracing something new. It's like there's something that is waiting for you, and maybe that will help you to release what you're being asked to release. And if you need support in releasing something, then definitely get that support so that you can say yes to your own freedom and to your next step. Okay, Aquarius, this full moon in Sagittarius is happening in your 11th house of community, friendships, social media, and any groups or organizations that you're a part of. Your message from Spirit, Aquarius, is, this came through so strongly for you, Aquarius. It was like, freedom, freedom, freedom. Take flight. You are at a stepping off point. I got the vision of you, the image of you. This is a metaphor, especially for those of you who don't swim, it's a metaphor, but I got the vision of you like on the edge of a diving board and just like flinging your arms out like an angel and taking flight and diving into the ocean. It was like a big, or diving into a pool. It was like a big stepping off point, diving off point. And the message for you is that you are responsible for your own journey. This is about taking responsibility for saying yes to your growth, your soul growth, and your expansion. It's time to say yes to your own expansion, meaning that there's a next step for you. There's a new, the universe wants you to say yes to something new, Aquarius. And as you are doing so, remember that those who've been dependent on you in some way, let them have their own journey. Everybody is having their own journey. Everyone is stepping into freedom right now in some way, shape, or form. So let those who have been, maybe you've been responsible for, remember that they have their own guides, they have their own connection to spirit. You relinquishing a role perhaps that you've played is not going to leave someone in the lurch. They are taken care of by the universe and their own higher self and their guides. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say for you, Aquarius. And the card for you, Aquarius, is love. Such a beautiful card. I love this card. It's so pretty. So pretty. And this really reminds me of that burning fire, the burning fire of love. And it says, share your heart. To love another is the ultimate expression of grace. Share your heart. To love another is the ultimate expression of grace. So any of you Aquarians who are single and want to bring in a love relationship, or those of you who are in one and you want to take your love relationship to the next level, this is a beautiful sign for you. And this could also apply to any relationship in your life. It could apply to a family relationship. It could apply to a parent-child relationship, any relationship in your life, a friendship that you want to express, receive, give more love in. Okay, Pisces, this Sagittarius full moon is happening in your 10th house of career, life purpose, retirement, where you want deeper meaning and fulfillment, where you want to leave a legacy. Your message from Spirit, Pisces, is there's a new sense of self that is being born in you. You are going through a rebirth. It is the end of a cycle of you merging in an unhealthy way with others. What do I mean by merging? Pisces naturally merge with other people, merge energy with other people, especially close relationships, close, intimate relationships. There's a merging that Pisces energy wants to do. And I have 3 planets in the 12th house, which is traditionally the house of Pisces. So I can relate to this. You're not the only ones, Pisces, that both absorb, you're can be like a sponge absorbing other people's energies, and where you actually have a desire, especially in romance and love, to be one with the other people, because Pisces is the sign of oneness. And, as those of us with Piscean energy, we love that sense of being at home in the mystical realm where there's no boundaries at all. But with other people, if we have no boundaries and we merge with their energy, it can really drain us. It can really take us down. So the message from Spirit is you're creating an end to that because you've become aware of it. You don't want to do it anymore. And you're starting to become very sensitive and aware of your own energy and when it gets depleted and when you feel good, when you feel, high energy. And so this is good news. Spirit is validating that you are ending any kind of pattern of doing that. Or if you haven't ended it yet, you're going to become more and more aware of where you do that so you can put an end to it. No more self-abandonment and no more energy drains from absorbing other people's energy or merging with their energy. So that's good news. So let's see, Pisces, what the cards have to say for you. What do the cards have to say for Pisces? And you have got the card of honor. And this card says, Pisces, care for your soul, honor the divinity within you by practicing extreme self-care. So I feel like this dovetails really nicely with the message from Spirit. It's like, extreme self-care, bathing your energy in light, saying no, setting clear boundaries, getting the rest and the relaxation and the retreat time that you need, Pisces. This full moon may be one where you want to, it's in your 10th house, which is a very public place, but you might want to do some reflection on moving forward, what success means to you, what fulfillment means to you. Okay. Aries, this full moon in Sagittarius is happening in your 9th house, of adventure, of spirituality, of spiritual beliefs. It's higher learning, it's higher education. It's basically the house, where it's really the Sag house. I mean, that's where you have Aries in the 9th house, but traditionally the 9th house is seen as the house of Sagittarius. So this is a beautiful placement for a Sagittarius full moon, especially with Jupiter there in Aries for you. And your message from Spirit is that you're going through a transformational shift into a higher consciousness. You are poised for self-realization, for a new level of self-realization. And this is a turning point for you. It's a turning point in your spiritual growth. You're going through or will be going through an awakening. If you would like it, if you would like one, if you want a breakthrough and you want to go to a new level of awakening, ask for it, Aries, because this is the perfect moment during this full moon energy to receive that. And I'm going to pull a card for you. What do you have to say for the Aries cards? And the card is perception. Speaking of awakening, perception. And it says, see the past through the lens of grace. All that occurs is designed to support your spiritual evolution. See the past through the lens of grace. All that occurs is designed to support your spiritual evolution. So clearly this is inviting you to perceive your past, see your past through new eyes, see yourself through new eyes, let go of the past, release it. And if you're going to give a meaning to your past, Aries, make sure you give it an empowering meaning. Make sure you delve into what is the gift? What is the gift that I got from going through what I went through? And then release it. Then throw it into the bonfire. Let it go. You are not your past. You are not your past. Okay. Taurus, this full moon in Sagittarius is happening for you in the 8th house. The 8th house of transformation, death, rebirth, taxes, shared resources, money from others, real estate, any kind of investments, and, sexuality. So this is a house where, we go deep. This is, traditionally the house ruled by Scorpio. So it's happening in your 8th house. And the message from Spirit is that you may feel a need to pull inward during this time. You may be going through a challenging time, energetically or emotionally. Spirit said you either are or will be going through a big shift, and that you will emerge the butterfly. Of course, you will be emerging the butterfly, but it could feel a little bit challenging for you right now because it is, it's a time of letting go in the 8th house, which again, it's death, rebirth, transformation. So I feel like you are going to be catapulted to the next level of your ascension, no question. You are going to be increasing your vibration, and you are going to be, coming into a new level of frequency as the butterfly does. But in the process, honor your needs, whatever you need right now, whatever TLC comforts. Taurus, you know how to comfort yourself because you're good at that. So make sure you give yourself what you need. And let's see what the cards have to say for you, Taurus. And the card is presence. The card is presence. It says, such a pretty card. All this green reminds me of the heart chakra. You might be going through a heart healing right now. It says, bring your mind into present moment time. Now is the only place to be. So if your mind is wandering off to your past or to your future, bring it back to the present moment. Remember that all of your power is in the now. The 8th house, where this full moon is the place of power. It's all about your personal power and regaining a sense of personal power. Now is the only place to be. You are safe, you are protected, you are guided, you are guarded by spirit, by your higher self, by your angels, by your spirit guides. So allow yourself to rest in the hand of spirit and receive unconditional love and nurturing, Taurus. Okay, Gemini. Gemini, this full moon in Sagittarius is happening in your 7th house of partnerships. So partnerships for you in the 7th house would be romantic partnerships, would be, marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend. It would be clients. It would be any relationship that has a level of commitment to it. So your message from spirit is that you are going through a heart healing. Either you're going through it or it's being issued to you as an invitation, as a gift. You are receiving an opportunity from this full moon to heal your heart. Something new could bring up, something new could be coming in, probably is coming into your life, Gemini. This is such a powerful time for Geminis and Sagittarians right now. You seeded something during your new moon 2 weeks ago, May 30th. And now you may see something come to fruition for you, as I said in the opening of this video. And it could scare you, especially if it's new love or it's, a promotion, it's new clients. Like if it's success in some area of your life that requires some sort of commitment, it may really scare you. But the message from spirit is that yes, like fear is part of the experience of growth, and that whatever is happening for you, it's better than you think. Expect the best, Gemini. Expect the best. Do not get into that analytical mind. Remember, the mind can be such a bad neighborhood. Do not spend too much time there. Spend time in your body. Your body knows your truth. Your body has your wisdom. Keep yourself active. And remember, you are not your past. You are not your past. Yes, you may have made past mistakes, but that is not who you are. You are not your actions, although you may want to make amends for some of your actions. That's always a good thing. But you are not your past. Your full potential is available to you. And you deserve the best, Gemini. You deserve the best. So let's see what the cards have to say for you. Gemini. And the card is ask. We so often forget to ask, right? Ask for what we want. Ask and you shall receive. The card says, put my glasses on here. Ouch, I hurt my finger. Okay. And the card says, when we call upon the divine for guidance and support, we will receive a response. Spiritual signposts will be put in our path to guide us to our highest good. I love this so much because the other sense that I had from spirit when I downloaded this message for you was those Gemini synchronicities that come in. Geminis are really good at evoking the magic of life and seeing signs, receiving signs. So ask for signs, ask for signposts. They will be put in your path. You are guided. You're not doing this alone. Work with the divine. Use your prayers. Ask and you shall receive what you need. Okay, Cancer. Cancers. I have Cancer moon, Cancer rising, Cancer family. This full moon in Sag is happening in your 6th house of health, of work, of everyday routines, what you do repetitively. So the message I got for you from spirit was watch overdoing anything. Moderation, watch what you're taking in for food, for drink, any substances, anything you're taking in your body, or anything that you're doing as far as work, or anything can be done in excess, right? And because Jupiter is in Aries, because Sag is about going big and expansion and all of that, your waistline could expand, your stress could expand, your nervous system could go a little haywire if you are you know, like putting too much time and energy into one area of your life. If you're obsessing over something or someone, make sure that you keep things in balance, keep things in moderation. This is probably going to be a fun and festive time for you. And so, you know, most likely you'll be receiving blessings, and you just want to keep things a little bit more even maybe than maybe your emotions. Like you may find yourself on an emotional roller coaster if you're not keeping things as even for you emotionally as you can. And the cards have to say for Cancers, pray. Pray. I am open and receptive to the power of grace in my life. I ask to be shown clear examples of how the energy is operating in my life. That's really interesting. I ask to be shown clear examples of how this grace, the energy of grace, is appearing in my life and operating in my life. So to me, this card is saying, ask for signs, show me how you are manifesting, Spirit, how you're manifesting my hopes and dreams into reality. Give me clear examples, give me clear manifestations, and show me how it's working, because what I feel like this energy is wanting to do is validate for you that you are a masterful co-creator and that you are bringing blessings into your own life, and for you to see that so you can really rise to a new level of your power. Cancers. Okay, Leos. Leo, this full moon in Sag is happening in your 5th house. Your 5th house is true love, it's creativity, it's romance, it is children. So this is a playful house. This is the house of fun. It's the house where you would want to take an adventure. It's a great house to have a Sag full moon in. Your message from Spirit is that I felt when I was tuning in and asking Spirit, I felt this real warmth in my heart. There was a lot of warmth radiating here. And it felt really, really good. So it's possible if you're single, you will have a new romance, or if you're already coupled, you will have an increase of romance and love and playfulness and sweetness in your existing relationship, or with children, or with anything just fun and light. You're ready to celebrate. This is a time, Spirit says, to count your blessings. Count your blessings. Like you might want to do this as a daily practice if you don't already. Appreciate what's already in your life, and those who are in your life who make your life better, let them know, because that will make you feel even more anchored and safe in the world and make you feel more loved. You know, it's like when we appreciate others, we realize, gosh, where I felt like I was alone, or where I felt like I didn't have as many friends, or I didn't have a lover, I didn't have that, I start to realize I actually have more in my life than I'm even acknowledging. And then the universe brings us even more. So that's your message from Spirit, and let's see what the cards have to say for you, Leos. All right, Leos. Ooh, I love this. It says connect, and look at all this beautiful purple ethereal energy. Such a spiritual card, but also connecting with other people. I feel like this is a great omen for any kind of connections you want to make in love, regardless of what kind of relationship it is, whatever kind of love you want to call in. And this says, find your center. When we stay connected to our spiritual core, the best and most advantageous path can unfold before us. When we stay connected to our spiritual core, the best and most advantageous path unfolds before us. So this is an invitation to go inside and connect with your spirit. And if you haven't received my free gift yet, be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video, because I think that will help you in your process of connection as well. Okay, Virgo, this is happening in your 4th house of home, family, and your inner self. It's associated with the root chakra. It's where we feel rooted and anchored in this 3D reality. And your message from Spirit, Virgo, is that you may be seeking more security right now for yourself. You may find that you need more sense of stability in your life, that you've been feeling anxious or you've been feeling overloaded or overwhelmed. And Spirit's message is that you can find more security through soothing routines and rituals. What do you do that makes you feel calm, that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel anchored and rooted, Virgo? What do you do? Do you have a ritual? You know, it could be journaling, it could be hot baths, it could be lighting candles and praying over your candle, it could be creating a spiritual altar in your home, it could be anything, fresh flowers, you know, there's so many different things, but what do you do that makes you feel rooted and stable? Whatever that is, Spirit says do that, because there's a need that you're probably feeling during this full moon to elevate your sense of security in your earthly life. And the cards for you, let's see what the cards have to say for Virgos. Your card is interesting, Valor. Valor. The card says, be courageous. The unmistakable touch of grace follows us wherever we go. So is there an area of life, Virgo, where you're being asked to step up, to maybe speak up for yourself, to stand your ground, to stick up for somebody else? It sounds like for some of you, at least, you're going to be asked, you're going to be rising to a new sense of, you're going to be bringing some courage up from within you up to the surface so that you can stand in valor. And this could also be just you doing something new in your life, taking a risk, taking a chance to create something new. Or since it's happening in your fourth house, it could have to do with a home or family issue. But whatever it is, Spirit is really supporting you by saying you have the courage within you to face anything that feels like a challenge for you. And you'll break through that glass ceiling that I was talking about earlier in the video. You will come to a whole new level of safety and security in yourself when you do that. Okay, Libras. Libra, this full moon in Sagittarius is happening in your third house. The third house is communication. It's your neighborhood. It's your immediate environment. It's your local area. It's short trips. It's ruled traditionally by Gemini, so it's mercurial. So it's where we get messages as well. And it's where we are, you know, maybe doing some writing, doing some sort of like a lot of emails. You could be very busy. There could be a lot of just back and forth, a lot of information flowing between you and others, communication flowing. And so your message from Spirit, Libra, is you are raring to go. You are ready to break free. You are ready to break free of something or someone in your life, some constraints, some sense of limitation or restriction or rules that you thought you had to follow. Some maybe a traditional rule about who you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do within a role that you play in your life. Spirit says release guilt and get curious. Get curious about what is holding you back or what has been holding you back, Libra. Use the prompt that I shared in the opening of the video. I wonder what's been holding me back. I wonder what's in my way. I wonder what I could do to get unstuck. I wonder what my own truth is. I wonder if there's any emotion that is coming up for me when I think about breaking free. Those kinds of questions could be really empowering for you, Libra. It's time to break free. It's time to go. I'm not sure what that is. It's different for all of you, but you will know what I mean. And let's see what the cards have to say for Libras. Libra. I'm laughing because the card is relax. So, as you get ready to break free and as you are ready to do something different, relaxing will help you get there. And this card says, breathe. Everything is happening exactly as it should. So I feel like this is about timing. This is about relax into divine timing. Breathe. if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling like, you know, you need movement, but you don't know how to make movement happen in your life, breathe, use some meditation or exercise or yoga or whatever you do to relax, to calm your body, to calm your mind, so that you can receive the guidance that you need and then take action on your next inspired step. Libra, you are supported. You are supported. You are unconditionally loved. You can't do this wrong. You've got this. Okay. Scorpio. Scorpio, this full moon in Sag is happening in your second house. Your second house is income. It's your values. It's self-worth. It's self-esteem and soul esteem. It's your own sense of your ability to take care of yourself financially, to bring in the income that you need. And I would say that you're probably wanting to break the glass ceiling of whatever you have, how the money you have been making, or, you know, whatever you see as your capabilities or your set point or your limits for what you can receive, whether it's money or love or anything that's most important to you, anything that you most value right now. You are set to have a breakthrough with that. Now, the message from Spirit says, take off your blinders, and you'll have to interpret that the way your own intuition says. But Spirit says, take off your blinders. Let yourself drop any coping mechanisms or self-protection that you've been holding on to. There's a richness that wants to come into your life, and Spirit gave me this word richness, and I feel it on all levels. Like it's a deeper fulfillment. It might be richness in love. It might be richness in money. It might be richness in whatever it is you value right now. But there's a new level of wealth, and wealth can be a lot of things, right? It can be energy. It can be time. It can be the people that you get to be around. It can be a lot of different things. It can be money, but it can be a lot of things. And when I received that word richness from Spirit, it didn't feel like it was necessarily money related. It just felt like a higher octave of experiencing the depths and the joy and the lusciousness of life. And there's something that you've been, you know, a wall that you've had up that's been protecting you since you were a very young child, but you are free to drop that now. You're free to release it, especially with Mars conjuncting Chiron, as I spoke about earlier in the video. We're getting a real supportive energy now to heal something that maybe has been around for a long time that's kept us, you know, protecting ourselves, that we no longer need. So you can step into your richness, your deeper fulfillment, Scorpio. So let's see what the cards have to say for you, Scorpio. And your card is comfort. It says, here's the card, comfort. Such a pretty card. It says, lean back into the arms of grace. Let go and let God. So this is a reminder that grace, that God, that Spirit has your back, and that you can surrender and lean into whatever it is that you desire, and ask for guidance on how you can release any self-protection, any old coping mechanisms that are outworn, that are expired, that you don't need anymore. Ask for help. Grace is here to help you. It's all about your intention. If you have the intention to heal and release and invite in more richness, Scorpio, ask and you shall receive. Okay, my beautiful friends, thank you so much for your time, your energy, and presence. Thank you for liking this video, for giving it a thumbs up, for commenting and letting me know what resonated for you, and for sharing and subscribing. I so appreciate your support on my channel. Your subscribes, your comments, your likes, they all help my channel grow, and it means the world to me. So I'm sending you so much love and appreciation for your support. And if you would like a personal astrology reading where you find out what is going on in the sky right now personally for you, what is happening in your natal chart, what transits are supporting you, what transits, if you're going through a difficult time, are part of the reason that you're going through this difficult time. And when will they pass? When will they be over? And what does the future hold for you in terms of the astrology? I would love to support you. I offer a few different kinds of readings. Go to my website. If you're not sure which reading to sign up for, feel free to send me an email and we can talk about that. But I would love to support you to really see your gifts, your talents, your life purpose, your brilliance, your superpower, what makes you shine. Your astrology chart reveals all of that and more. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel ready to take on whatever it is you want to do next in your life. And for those of you who would like healing support, you are moving through a challenge, you are wanting to bring a new vision into your life, you want healing transformational support, I would love to support you through my soul alchemy coaching or by doing a clarity coaching session with you. Links are below to my coaching as well, betsygutting.com. And as I said, I have a free gift for you. That free gift is a guided meditation, returning home to yourself, reconnecting with your spirit. So if you would like to receive an instant download of this beautiful, soothing, guided meditation, simply go to my website, betsygutting.com. The link is in the description box below. Download the guided meditation. You will need to subscribe to my inspirational updates that you will receive inspiration weekly in your inbox, and you'll get an instant download of my guided meditation. And I'm wishing you all a beautiful Sagittarius full moon. Until my next video, I'm sending you all my love.